Hiya folks, and yes, it's that time again. I get to record another Dragon Quest XI episode. So I'm happy about that. I'm really enjoying the game actually. Even though we're still pretty much at the start, we have started to, see some interesting things on our adventure. And we've got a stranger following us now who helped us to escape from the Heliodor dungeon. And we're going to have another chase scene in a moment, so make sure you're ready for that. We just had to escape from the guards, and we fell down into this lower cave area here. So let's approach the next section and see what happens.
Wait, there's something there. And fight, we're dead. What?
Yeah, so we've woken a nice dragon from its sleep. How convenient for us. And I'm not totally sure what happens if we don't run fast enough here. But all I do know is that I don't want to risk finding out. So I'm going to advise you to run. Because I don't know whether you'd enter combat and get absolutely slaughtered. I don't know whether you'd reset the sequence or something. But it's only a small bit that we need to run for. So obviously that's what we're supposed to do. That's the intention of the game design here.
I think we gave it the slip. Huh? Spoke too soon.
And it looks like we're off again then. So it's pretty strange trying to control the character from this angle here. And there's enemies. Although they seem to disappear. So I guess the sight of the dragon will do that, won't it? Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Kind of woke this fella up. There we go. Don't forget, guys, all you really need to do is hold the R2 button down. You don't need to use the analog stick all that much, because that will sprint for you.
Has it gone? Whew, that was way too close for comfort. What's that thing doing under the castle anyway? Well, whatever. We should get going. Uh-oh. Run! We made it. Just. I don't know how much more of this I can take. Huh?
There he is! The darkspawn!
Ah, me and my big mouth. Move, now! Looks like our luck finally ran out.
We've got him now.
No way back, huh? If they catch us, we're dead meat.
Hold!
Let's do this. I believe in you. I believe in the Luminary. I don't have much choice.
Come on! Let's not do anything stupid now.
The name's Erik, by the way.
Well, that was a nice, interesting sequence. And, wow, that technically brings us through the introductory period of the game, 5 episodes in here. And as you probably guessed, Erik is going to be one of the main protagonists of Dragon Quest XI. So I'll just go ahead and skip this. This is the introductory sequence that you get at the start of the game before you even play. So no point watching that again. We can also go ahead and save here. And look at that, we're over 3 hours in now. But that's because I did a little bit of grinding earlier on. Well, about 30 minutes of grinding, and we have collected, hopefully anyway, pretty much every item that you can collect. So that's probably added to our time as well, hasn't it? But yeah, that was a fun sequence, that was. And okay, the game is Dragon Quest, so I guess they kind of felt like they had to put a dragon in at the start there, but that was fun.
Come on, up you get. Finally. I was worried we'd lost you for a minute there. You've been out cold ever since we jumped. Had to drag you all the way here on my own. But what a jump it was. I closed my eyes, put my faith in the Luminary, and somehow didn't get smashed into 1,000 pieces. In fact, I woke up on the forest floor at the bottom of the cliff without a scratch on me. Amazing what a little faith can do. Anyway, I guess you and me must be at the top of the King of Heliodor's most wanted list by now. Which means we can't hang around here too long. Let's go say thanks to the nun who looked after us and be on our way.
Okay, so we've woken up here in the church. We get another trophy because we've basically finished the last chapter now. So we can start by smashing the pots, actually. I think there's a couple of items we can grab. Yeah, some flaxen thread and a strong medicine, perhaps. Yep, there we go. And now we can leave the church. And Erik's going to stop us at this point, telling us we need to go and just thank the nun for helping us.
Ah, there you are, my children. I trust that your friend here is fully recovered.
Oh, don't worry about him. He's just fine.
Oops.
Not at all, dear. I'm just happy to see you both well again. But if you are leaving, you must be careful on the road. It seems some dangerous criminals have escaped from the capital and are at large somewhere in the area. Oh, I shudder to think what wicked deeds they might be capable of.
Criminals, you say? Dear me, that doesn't sound good. And you heard this when you were in Heliodor?
I did indeed, my child. There were guards everywhere. They are searching high and low for the villains. And I heard that the mighty knight Sir Hendrik himself has headed to the mountains in the south with his troops. They say he means to block the road to Cobblestone, the village the fugitives came from. Oh, but you must forgive me, poor lambs. I did not mean to alarm you. They will soon be caught, I am sure. Justice will be done. And until then, you are free to remain with us for as long as you please.
Thanks. We appreciate that. We're going to get a little fresh air. We have a few things to discuss, right?
Okay, so now we can actually leave the church. And this is going to be the Heliodor foothills region that we are entering. And before we go any further, Eric's going to tell us our next location.
Never heard of the place. I never even knew anyone actually lived in those mountains down south. Is that really where you're from? I'm guessing you want to go see what's happening down there. But you need to be smart. You won't get past Hendrik unnoticed. If you're going to make it there without getting caught, you'll need to avoid the main road. And if you want to do that, you'll need my help. I know every back road there is to know in these parts. But I've got things to take care of in Heliodor first. I left a little something in one of my old haunts downtown, and I need to get it back. So, are you coming along for the ride? I did help you break out of that dungeon, remember? That's the spirit. But we can't have you bringing us any unwanted attention. Ah, I've got just the thing. Here, put this on and keep your face hidden. Otherwise, you're gonna get nabbed as soon as you set foot in Heliodor. Ha! That's more like it. If you're gonna be a wanted man, you might as well look the part. Right. Let's head north and hit town. Glad you're coming along. The seer told me to stick with the Luminary when I found him, and that's just what I'm going to do.
Okay, so Erik officially joins us at this point, or rather we join each other in force. And he tells us that our next location is going to be Heliodor, so obviously we want to get back to Cobblestone and find out what's happening there after the king basically sent his army to investigate, as he put it. But obviously we're guessing there's something else going on there. But Erik's told us that, you know, he did break us out of the dungeon, we kind of owe him, and he wants to pick something up from Heliodor, so that's where we're going to be going next. You do get the choice, as you saw, to accept his request or not, but you won't actually be able to proceed with the story until you do accept his request, so you may as well select yes to that. And we get a bit of a tip here about pet powers, which is kind of important because there's also a quest we can undertake in a moment, which will actually also involve the use of pet powers as well. But the next thing you're going to want to do before heading out into the foothills is head over to this well. There's a couple of items we can grab. A couple of nice things we can pick up from within. I'll show you the map there. It's not a huge area. So chest at the northern end with a pointy hat. And I'll just check these other areas as well. I think there's at least one more item. Okay, sparkly. So that's up the eastern path. And finally we'll head down south, where there is nothing by the looks of it. Oh, a couple of pots. Ah, there is an item. Hardy hide. Right, so once you've grabbed those, we can head back up. And then we'll take a brief look at the party menu as well. Since I believe it'll be the first time that we can actually check out another party member from that area. So if we go over to attributes, for example, yes, so Erik is now officially a member of our party. And what the... oh no, that's fine, yeah. So we'll go to equipment, we'll see if we can sort out any items or anything for these guys. So I still want to keep Fuzz wearing the greatsword, and we've already given him a leather hat. Although, the pointy hat has better stats. So it would make sense to equip that. And he can keep the elevating vest, because that will give experience to both him and Erik, despite the fact the text says it only awards it to the wearer the extra XP. The same is true for the gold as well. Obviously, I mean, gold just goes into your bag anyway. And everything else looks fine there, so we'll head over to Erik, see if we can sort his gear out. The soldier sword and the boomerang and cypress stick are not upgrades for him. So we can give him the leather hat. And he comes with the Wayfarer's clothes. We could give him the Ariviste's vest for the extra gold, but it's not a whole lot in all honesty. So I'm not going to worry too much about that. We'll just keep him wearing what he's wearing. He can, however, go ahead and... hang on a second. Oh no, that's right, yeah. So we can't give him these because Fuzz has them, but we can give him the supplicant. And even though the extra MP is probably not going to be all that useful, it does boost stats as well, so that makes sense. We can also go to MISC and Character Builder, and we can see that Erik has 3 points, and he has 4 options to choose from. Now, ultimately, you're going to be able to choose, obviously, what you want, depending on the build that you're going for, especially in the early game. As you start to progress and level up, you'll be able to, you know, select the other options as well. But what I'm going to recommend with Erik is you might want to work towards, under the Guile tree, if we're just going to skill summary, you might want to work for Half Inch, which does cost 8 points, but it allows you to steal items from enemies. And this is actually going to be a good way, especially in the early game, of getting rare items from enemies that you otherwise wouldn't get. So I would actually focus on this before focusing on his other abilities. Even though it won't improve his damage or his survivability, hopefully the extra items that you get will kind of make up for that anyway. And whether or not you want to go for deafness plus 10 is entirely up to you after you've learned Half Inch. Basically, I should say, in case you don't know, deafness is the way of improving the stealing rate of Half Inch. So obviously, if you want to steal more items once you've learnt that ability, then deafness plus 10 is obviously going to help you with that. And later on, you'll be able to boost that even further as well. So just a bit of a tip for you there, guys. Other than that, you don't have to do that. You can go through some of these damaging trees as well instead if you want to. But that's what I'm going to work towards with him. I might even give him some of these skill point seeds that I've got in order to get that a little bit faster. And we'll see how we get on there. Alright then, guys, I think we're going to take a break at this point because there is a side quest we can undertake here, but I want to keep that to its own video. So that'll be coming next for you. And then we'll be moving along the foothills here as we head back towards Heliodor, which is where we need to go and see what Erik wants to do. Alright then, folks, well, thanks for stopping by today. If you've enjoyed the episode, please don't forget to leave a like and be subscribed to my YouTube channel. That really supports me. Thank you very much. And I'll see you in the next episode. Take care, everyone. Goodbye.